Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short video talking about client-engineer relationships and how the right team of people can lead to a fantastic product. Specifically, I'll be talking about working with Ben of DriftNets. We just ended up getting the first pass of masters tonight for an album that he recorded himself and I helped mix. Overall, I think we're all just really satisfied with the end result and what it's going to be like, and we're all excited to release it. So I just want to talk a little bit about Ben and his idea, myself, and how I understood the plan and vision for the entire project, and also the mastering engineer, Rafter Roberts, who Ben ended up choosing, and why it was such a good choice, and how a fulfilling and satisfying experience making music is just about surrounding yourself with the right people and working on music that you genuinely enjoy. A while back, I had reached out to Ben and asked him if he wanted to work together, and I think the feeling was mutual, but he just didn't have anything prepared. So flash forward a little while, and he finally had this album. So he kind of came in, and we listened to it together, and we kind of talked about it. And I think we initially just reached the same conclusions, and we both felt the same vibe from the music. And it felt like I immediately understood where his music wanted to go and what he actually wanted to do with it. And he wasn't looking for anything drastic, but it was more just passing all the tracks through the board, giving it that extra sauce that it just needed to feel a little bit more lively. So right off the bat, we just knew it was going to be a really good match. Right from the beginning of listening to his music, I knew that I wanted to work on it because every single track throughout the album just left an impact with me. As I was working on it in the studio, it just felt like I was lost in the music. I felt like I was listening to something that I actually wanted to listen to, that I could see myself turning on, streaming, purchasing, and supporting. So I knew it was the right choice to work with him. Not even to mention that he's like an amazing person and a really nice guy. Thank you, Ben, so much for letting me work with you. Overall, the mixes weren't that difficult. I think the biggest thing for me was just getting into the right zone, because I just don't want the vibe to get taken to another place if I'm not in the right mindset. And I try to like tune myself into the music. So this album overall was kind of mellow. It was kind of medieval. We talked about Redwall, this like old animated series. Just gave this vibe, this grassy, woodsy sort of a thing, and I just wanted to stick to that natural feeling. So I made sure that every time I came in to sort of be in that headspace, and I think that helped me reach a more natural kind of conclusion as opposed to transforming his music and doing too much. It just felt like I was pushing things and just helping them be what they wanted. And I was just really adding warmth and driving it a little bit harder and just setting levels. So finally, Ben let me know that he had reached out to Rafter Roberts to master the album. I hadn't heard his name before, but Ben mentioned that he had mastered one of Sufjan's albums. I'm not sure if it's one or two, but just from that credit, I was already just blown away and excited to see what he would be able to do with it. I've mastered things myself before. It's not something that I feel like I specialize in, but it's like a service that I'm able to provide on top of mixes, especially for clients that feel like they can't afford that pro top tier level of mastering. Like, it's fine, let's just record, mix your song, get as good as we can, and then we'll push it up to like a good level and try to polish it up a bit. But I knew that Rafter would be able to bring something amazing to these mixes. And after listening tonight, honestly, I'm just blown away. I think Ben was spot on choosing Rafter to master his songs, just because it seems like he's in a place that would understand this music, and he was kind of understanding what Ben wanted to do, and he liked his music. Overall, all I want to do with this video is just talk about how the experience of producing music and making it actually happen doesn't have to be about numbers or views or crossing thresholds in order to be satisfying and fulfilling. From day one, just hanging out with Ben in the studio while he worked on the album art and the font and the lettering while I was mixing, like we weren't even talking for 4 hours. It was a blast, and just felt like we were all creating something together. And again, in the end, it really does feel that way. It feels like we all kind of came together and made something really, really awesome that I'm really proud of, and I think Ben and Rafter would say the same thing as well. I think a lot of us are just in a rush to kind of get ahead. There's so many people that are successful when they're young, But I think it's really, really important to establish meaningful relationships and work on music that you actually want to work on. As a really young studio operator and engineer and mixer, I'm always looking for more opportunity to get my name on an album as credit, whatever that might be. And in the past, I would just take jobs. It didn't really matter about the budget or who the person was or the music. I just wanted to work on things. Not that I'm getting picky or that I didn't like the things that I worked on before, but now I'm just in a more confident and secure place that I know in order for a project to get to where it needs to go, I think the most important thing is personnel. I think that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you for checking it out. If you can take a second to just like the video or just leave a comment and talk about anything, that would be amazing. Bye.